Welcome, everybody, to Pinfalls and Passports. For those who don't already know, this is a podcast for people just like you who love the sport of professional wrestling and for members of our WWE Travel Community Discord server to keep us entertained and engaged during the lead up to Wrestlemania 42 in Las Vegas. Not a member of the WWE Travel Community? Come join us and our almost 1,900 members and find out what makes us so great. You can find us on social media, on Instagram at Pinfalls and Passports, and TikTok at Pinfalls_Passports, and on X at Pinfalls and Pass. And please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast to keep up to date with all the things involving the world of professional wrestling. My name is Dorkchop. This is Pinfalls and Passports, and joining me today is Miss Mirah.
Yo, y'all. How are we doing?
Not too bad. I clicked the wrong version of this opening spiel.
Nah, you're good. You still did good.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard to believe we're almost at 1,900 members.
We moving along. I think by Mania, we probably going to be close to 2K, and that makes me so happy.
What are we going to do for 2K? How are we going to celebrate?
We'll be in Vegas, so, around the shots, a lot of music, wrestling. Some Patron.
Shots. But anyway, we are coming to you today to talk to you about things you can expect in Vegas, how to get around, how to be, how to act, some tips and tricks, just reminders of the stuff we've covered in previous podcasts as well. Because we are closing in, and it can always help to just hear this stuff again, right?
Yeah, like a little reminder, a little refresher. Should we start with transportation around Vegas or?
Yeah. So
okay.
First thing that's going to start is when you get to the airport. There's Ubers and Lyfts in a designated pickup area inside the Vegas airport. There's also a stand where you can get taxis. Now, double check when you're in the airport. Uber and Lyft might save you some money, though you also may arrive during surge pricing. And a taxi might be cheaper because they have a set rate. So it depends on what zone you're going to, zones 1, 2, or 3. Certain hotels fall within these zones. Check to see if it's cheaper to take a taxi versus taking an Uber or a Lyft. That can save you some money, and it can be more money towards the $3 margaritas at Excalibur.
Also, I will like to note, if you're on Vegas.com, there's also the hotel shuttle and transport. And they offer, I think the last year I paid, I want to say less than $30, and it took me to my hotel. So that was a really cool thing as well. They do take a little bit of time to come if it's not during like a busy time period, but you can also look into the airport shuttle to and from your hotel as well.
Yeah, that is if your hotel offers the amenity.
Yeah, but with my Vegas, so with my Vegas, they had, Vegas.com, not my Vegas, excuse me. But Vegas.com, they offered the airport shuttle to and from hotels. And I believe they also have it in like zone A, zone B, and all that type of stuff there. But that was a really good help. I came in on a Tuesday afternoon. It was really chill. Nobody was really coming in. Like the airport was not super busy when I came in, and that was great. Like I was just able to hop on the shuttle. They made stops at several other places, but once it was my turn, I was there. They help you with your bags and things like that. That was great.
Yeah, and there's one other alternative we'd like to point out, and that is the local transit. It goes from the airport to, there's a transfer station. You'll ride the red line to the transfer station, and you'll get on the Deuce bus. It's a double-decker bus. You can't miss it. It's gold, and it's got some colorful characters on it. Yes, Vince Russo.
I didn't go on the bus.
Vince Russo and I
didn't go on the bus. No, but I heard the stories about the bus, so I get it.
Yeah, but if you want to save some money and you don't mind it taking a little bit longer to get where you're going, then the Deuce Bus might be your way to go.
Yeah.
And that leads us into getting around Las Vegas itself after you've arrived at your hotel. So we'll start off again with the Deuce Bus. Download the Ride RTC app. You can get a 1-3-day passes. You can 1 and 3 day passes, or just a 6-hour pass, or you can just tap your card as you go on and just tap it with each ride, whichever you feel is the most convenient option for you at the time. If you're going to use the Deuce Bus a lot, then I would recommend getting the 3-day pass. It's about $20, okay. But it comes in handy, definitely.
Yeah. And then I guess next would be the monorail, right? Once you're at your, destination, if you're staying on the strip or nearby the strip, the monorail is going to be your next best thing to get through or get across the strip at a very fast pace.
Yeah.
If I would say so. And it's really affordable as well. They offer, I think they do the 1-day passes
up to 7 days.
Up to like that week. And I think if you're staying there for over 5 days, more than likely you're going to be going to a WrestleCon. You're going to be going to the WWE World. You're going to be going in between different resorts and such. So I definitely recommend to get the monorail pass prior to arriving or right when you arrive. And also, if you have My Vegas, you can get a buy one get one if you have the points allotted. Right. Correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then there's also, I believe there's a discount code out there. Currently, it saves you about $5. A 1 week pass is without the discount is about $57. It's not bad. And if you buy it now, you will not count against your time. It starts with your first usage, so you use your pass the first time, and that's when the clock starts on the duration of your pass. So it's then for 7 days from that point, you would have access to the monorail anytime you want it, and it runs from about 7 a.m. until midnight on some nights, and I believe on Monday through Thursday, and then on the weekends it goes 7 to 3.
Okay. Because I remember Cozy and I was on the monorail really, really late. It was like really late one night, and we were like the only ones on there, maybe like some stragglers, but it does run late, and they may even do extended hours for WrestleMania week, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But no, that was a good time.
Yeah, that was clutch for me getting back and forth to like T-Mobile Arena, coming from the Link down to MGM Grand, and you just cross the pedestrian bridge over to New York, and go from there. This year being at Excalibur, it's going to be even more handy to, Team Dirty Castle in the house.
Woo, 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 woo.
That's right. A lot of us are staying at Excalibur this year, so it's going to be convenient for us to walk out of Excalibur to go on the pedestrian bridge across to New York, and then from there just immediately make a beeline outside and make the cross over to the pedestrian bridge from New York to MGM Grand, and then you will find near the front desk lobby area the monorail station, and you can take that all the way to for WrestleCon the Harrah's Link station, which will help you get to. Actually, no, there's another one by Horseshoe, isn't there?
For WrestleCon.
Yeah. Because WrestleCon's at the Horseshoe.
I'm looking at the. Yeah, so that would be. No, it's Paris. It's Paris Horseshoe Station, so
Paris
that would be right
Station.
there.
Okay, yeah. So take it to Paris Horseshoe, where if you're going to WWE World, take it all the way to the convention center, and that.
Yep.
And since this year it lets off on the south side, you don't have to walk all the way around the building.
Thank goodness, because that if you attended 41 and you were on the strip and you took the monorail, you had to have a hike and a half before you even touch base to WWE World, which means you're going to do all this walking. You still had to walk to get to WWE World.
That's right. Actually, that makes a great segue into our next point. Just take care of your feet. Wear comfortable shoes. You're going to be doing a ton of walking, and I mean, it's not uncommon for you to for all the Apple Watch users, you'll know what I'm talking about. To round off your calories by about noon.
Yep.
To close out your rings for the day by about lunchtime. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
And also, I will definitely say, on the touch of Apple and stuff, make sure you have a portable charger. I know it's like a lot of us are going to have one anyways, but make sure you do have a portable charger. A lot of our, if you get the monorail pass, that's going to be on your phone more than likely. A lot of the stuff is electronic, so make sure you have a portable charger handy or your charger handy, period, because you don't want to be stranded. You don't want to be stranded out there.
No, you do not. Yeah, so keep that handy. Portable battery, portable charger, something to that effect. Make sure you stay ready. And yeah, so there's other, but there was a little bit of a segue there. Kind of just a little aside. Obviously, we went over taxis, Ubers, the monorail. There are trams between Mandalay Bay and Excalibur, which are going to come in handy if you don't want to deal with the foot traffic inside of Mandalay Bay, Luxor, and Excalibur coming out of Wrestlemania. Because Wrestlemania is obviously at Allegiant Stadium and is closest to Mandalay Bay. You're going to walk across West Hacienda Avenue back to Mandalay Bay to get out of Allegiant Stadium. And from there, you've got either the choice of walking through Mandalay Bay into Luxor, into Excalibur, or taking the tram if you're lazy. And you can take that all the way to Excalibur. Although I heard that I heard some horror stories of those getting a little too full and for some people worrying that it was going to tip over.
I did hear about that. Now, also leaving the stadium, I actually looked into a shuttle that took you to like your hotel. I did that last year. That was really cool. Like post WrestleMania, night 1 and night 2, I was actually on the bus with Stabby. So we were on the shuttle to get us back to our hotels there. That was actually a really good seal, in my opinion. It got you to the stadium. And you should see some things about it. Again, since I'm very late into the WrestleMania game this year, like I haven't really been in it. But if you look up shuttles to WrestleMania or to SmackDown or to Raw, things like that, they will pick you up at zones. You can get on the bus at the zone, and then post the event, they will have a pickup spot as well, which will be on their X or Twitter, whatever you call it, and they will tell you, hey, for this event, meet us at lot B, C, E, F, G, whatever it is, and then you would tell them your name and you hop on the bus. And that was really, really good. I know with the traffic from Allegiant, it was a hassle with just walking and stuff. Some people were able to get Ubers really, really fast and got back to their hotel. But the shuttles did make it a little bit easier. You were off your feet. You weren't walking. It was air conditioned. You got to just, talk with other fans about what you just, watch at Allegiant Stadium as well. So it was like a good little breather. I think on average, maybe we got back to our hotel maybe like within 20-25 minutes.
Okay.
Night 2 was a little bit more hectic, so maybe that was like 40, but other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Okay, yeah. Good stuff there. And then also you got WrestleCon will be running a bus in case you're staying at the WrestleCon hotel, or if you're staying anywhere near the Horseshoe, that's a good option to have. Other properties will be running buses as well to get you to and from for a fee. Ubers, use at your own risk because you'll be sitting in traffic for a while. You could be dealing with surge pricing and idling fees and all that stuff. So especially, Joe and I learned this the hard way last year. We sat in traffic for over an hour just trying to get back to the hotel from night 2.
I feel like night 2 was a lot worse than night 1 last year.
Yeah.
Phew.
Yeah, I remember night 1, I was hauling just to get back to that monorail station at MGM Grand. I was bobbing and weaving through people like nobody.
We had to get back to the bus too. That was like night 1 was like hectic because we had to get back for the bus. So we were like, we have to get back. Yeah, the party bus.
That's right. This year we learned our lesson. We're going to be at Excalibur instead.
Yep. No one ever had to tell us twice. We learned our lesson. We don't need to be near the link and all that. We can always go to the link. We can always go to the Caesar properties, but we will be in the MGM properties closer to Allegiant Stadium. Like, that's just how it has to go.
That is how it has to go. Now, on those on those MGM properties, a few select properties around Las Vegas, you'll find something new called Zooks, which is a driverless car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has little quirks like if it won't start driving unless you buckle up, it won't move.
Okay.
And if you take it off, it'll warn you about you have to put your seatbelt back on or it's going to stop the ride and make you get out.
Okay. Okay.
It's little quirks like that, but it takes you from set points. It takes you from one set point to another. There's no it's not like an Uber where it'll take you wherever you want to go. It picks up at like Excalibur, and I believe it goes up to like the Link. I have to research more on it. But yeah, if you want to freak yourself out and go in a driverless car, then that's your trick.
There's so many options now. I feel like I've never been in a driverless car yet. I'm not going to rule it out, but Philly just got some of those as well. So yeah, like it looks a little scary. I've seen some TikTok videos on it, so I definitely get it. But if you do need transportation, look into them. I think it will get you there safely.
Yeah.
At least I hope. But but no.
And there's also up by the convention center. One of the things that a lot of us used last year was this system called the Loop, which is Tesla cars on underground loops going from, again, set destinations. So your convention center rides taking you to like the Sahara, Resorts World, Fontainebleau. It's mostly a North Strip amenity,
Yep.
but it is starting to move a little further down to other properties. And they're hoping to expand it down to the center strip area by about 2027, 2028.
That'll be cool though, because if you haven't been in it, it's like they have these lights down there. They'll ask you where you're going. They're like, okay, you get in your car, like, or how many people are with you, type of thing. It's really cool. That was probably like the most interesting thing. Like I was like, oh, this is what we're doing, and it's just really fast, and you're already there. Yeah. Just have like a little walk.
Yeah, I had a good time with those. And then, of course, as always, good old-fashioned taxis. Now, we mentioned that when you're using them to get to the airport, or get to and from the airport, I should say. But getting around Vegas, you're going to want to negotiate up front. How much is this ride going to cost me? Because, quite frankly, they will take you all over the place and charge you absurd amounts of money because they're going to take advantage of you being a tourist and not knowing the way, not knowing the area. So make sure you negotiate up front, and then tell them, hey, I could just as easily take an Uber, so take it or leave it. But you've got to take a hard line with them, otherwise they will take advantage of you. And
yeah, because like you said, with Uber and Lyft and stuff, there is a set price. With and then being in Vegas, sometimes you are sitting in traffic. So that meter is running. So you have to make sure you talk to them and be like, yo, what's the set price from here to here? Because if they set that meter and you sitting in 10, 15-minute traffic, your $30 ride is now $50.
Exactly. And Las Vegas Boulevard can get congested, especially during certain times of the year where construction is going on. Thankfully, we won't be dealing with any F1 construction.
Thank gosh.
Oh,
Thank God.
I can only imagine how bad it is then. Ugh. Yeah. And this guy wants to go out to Las Vegas again in October to go see Metallica. Yeah.
But that'll be fun.
It will be fun if I can pull it off. But, I mean, it's going to be a cluster. Yeah. But, those are the ways to get around the Strip. And obviously, we told you, make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes because a lot of these resorts are further apart.
Yes.
Than they look. They look like they're close by. They look, right there, and you think, I can walk that, no problem. The Strip is 5.3 miles long, folks. 5.3. That's going to take you more than an hour to get from, say, Mandalay Bay to Fontainebleau. Or, excuse me, the Strat. So that's 5.3 miles, and it's even further to Fremont Street. Yeah, don't walk to Fremont Street from the Strip, folks. I can't emphasize
Don't do that.
that one enough. The Naked City is no joke.
Also, I would like to note that I have one here for my upcoming trip that I'm about to go on. What I do when I travel to try to avoid or try to see what I'm spending, I get Uber cards or Lyft cards prior to arriving and I upload them in the app. Just so that's one less thing I have to worry about being on like my credit card or debit cards, things like that. And if I typically like collect like before my trip, maybe $50, $25, and like whatever I have going to that place, I'll use that for my transportation first. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna use my Uber card. It'll get me to at least Fremont Street, back to my hotel. It'll get me to, World, something like that. Or just like I need to go like shopping or anything. I'll use my Uber cards prior to using my money that might be for merch or food or things like that. I try to like budget before I arrive to a place. So getting cards like Uber cards help me do that a lot because if you're out late, like a lot of us are going to be out late, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Sometimes there's less rides. So if there's less rides available, you're paying a higher price.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great point. Uh, Especially on certain nights of the week, like Saturday and Sunday, everybody wants to ride back to their hotel, so you could be dealing with surge pricing, and you could be dealing with all that too. There's where was I going with this? I have
About the
lost my
Ubers.
train of thought.
No. It's about the Ubers and about like the surge pricing and stuff. So just like being mindful of that. And if you budget for it, or at least like, I have this X amount on my account, you're not going to be as stressed about getting back to your hotel or where your next place is about to be at. Because like you said, during those surge prices hours, like a Saturday, Sunday, during an event, it's going to be high.
Exactly, and just late night on a Saturday or Sunday too. Just
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But what are we all doing?
Did we talk about hotels yet?
We are. Yeah, we should talk about hotels. If you haven't booked your hotel, you need to get on that because these are the best prices you're gonna get right now.
Yo, I feel like these prices are the best I've seen in a while for Vegas.
Yeah, yeah, but they're kind of desperate. So get on these prices.
Also, if you are not a member of the MGM Rewards app, I recommend you to sign up for it. If you're not a member of the Caesars Rewards app, I recommend you to sign up for it. When you get to Vegas, if you do gamble, this will help you build points. I know if you charge everything to your room, that gets points for, I know Caesar, especially, I'm not sure if it's the same for MGM.
Yes.
I'm sure it is. But if you charge everything to your room, once you check out, you're going to have hella points on your rewards. That means you can get comp stuff later if you want to travel back to Vegas or other parts of the world that had MGM properties or Caesar properties. So try to take advantage of that. If you are a member and you're like, oh, I forgot I was a member of this, you might have comp days. Check them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have $65 worth of comps built up in my MGM account.
Same. Like I was like, am I going to be able to make this happen? I checked my MGM and the property at Excalibur, it's like less than 500 or right at 500 for the time period I'm there. So definitely check out those apps. And sometimes right now, if you're a new if you have a new account, you might get special offers as well.
Exactly. And then they might offer you a credit card, which gets you a higher tier status. That can also help you out. If you're a veteran, you can get permanent Pearl status with MGM, and platinum with Caesars, I believe it is. I have to look at it again. I know where are those cards? I'll dig them out later.
I think my granddad has one, so I think it is platinum for Caesars.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I'm a member of both MGM and Caesars. I'm also a member of the Venetian, the Wynn, the Palazzo. Basically, anywhere you can gamble, if they have a rewards program, I have signed up for it.
No, definitely sign up when you're down there as well. Like, Dorkchop is telling y'all the best thing ever. Make sure that you're signing up for these things because guess what? They come in handy.
They definitely do.
And let me see. Can I show? This is my one for back home. Here's my Venetians. Here's my Caesars.
Exactly.
Like I have them all right here. So no, definitely make sure y'all sign up for them.
Yeah, I have all those as well because, quite frankly, I mean, we have casinos here in Maryland. I mean, we have the Horseshoe in Baltimore, which is a Caesars property. We have National Harbor, which is in D.C., which is an MGM property. So, yeah, it's not just Vegas that these companies are at. You can use them for real world and rewards in other places. Like I used a coupon for a DC Sunday brunch at National Harbor. Yeah,
that's pretty lit. And then also with third parties, I know a lot of people, you know, if it's not Vegas, a lot of people like to book on Expedia or Booking.com. That's my dog. But a lot of people like to book on third-party sites, which is not a problem, but be very careful because sometimes when you are booking on these third-party sites, they might cancel your reservation. I feel like they prioritize those that book directly through their properties a lot more than those third parties.
As someone who works in the hotel industry, has worked in the past too, I can tell you for a fact that third-party Expedia's, bookings, hotels.com, all those sites are prioritized last, behind, not so much last, but behind other like direct bookings, because those are your higher tier members. The loyalty is there with the brand, so they're going to reward those that have brand loyalty over those that are booking through third-party resellers or wholesalers. Excuse me. So you may not get the room type you want. If you're a party of four and you booked a 2 queens and you booked it through a third party like Expedia or Booking, you may find yourself stuck with a queen bed because everybody else wanted 2 queens before you. It's just one of those things. They do the best they can with what they have. I've been in that situation where I've had to explain to somebody, look, I'm sorry. We were overbooked on this room type, and this is what we have available. And then you explain to them the part about the third party, and they're like, it's a difficult thing for somebody behind the desk to go through. It's difficult for somebody in front of the desk to go through. So the best way to avoid that situation when you're going to Las Vegas is to book directly with the properties, with MGM, with Caesars, with the Venetian, with the Palazzo, with your Strats, with the downtown Vegas properties as well. Booking directly is something I live by, just having worked in the hotel industry.
And I know a lot of people like third-party booking because you do get that free cancellation or you don't have to pay the full price. And I definitely understand that because plans can change. So look for hotels that do offer free cancellation. Um, I just looked at the MGM. Like you can do a 14 well for my account type, I'm able to do a $14 down payment to reserve a room type, but all I'm doing is putting $14 down and then I pay the remainder once I'm there. Or if I need to cancel that room, I can cancel it before a certain, time frame. So I know we all like to, have the option to cancel or upgrade the room type. You still will be able to, but do it directly through the actual property. It will save you less headache in the long run.
Yeah. And so we've covered how to get around, where to stay, how to do it.
For any activities outside of wrestling, go to Vegas.com. Look at what they're offering. A lot of things are going to be heavily discounted. You could get a magic show. The seat may have been $120 on Ticketmaster, but if you go through Vegas.com, it could be $85. It could be $60. But make sure you're checking Vegas.com because they want to get the most out of the tourists. They're going to offer you a lot of things there. So check out Vegas.com for things outside of wrestling.
Yeah. And just enjoy yourself while you're in Vegas. I mean, gosh, There is so much to do, and so much beyond just wrestling to do as well.
Yes.
That's the thing that I think a lot of people lose themselves in when they go to a big event like WrestleMania, is that they plan strictly for wrestling and they don't partake of the city that's around them. So
Exactly.
if I had that advice to pass on to anybody, is that make sure you take time for non-wrestling events.
Because you're gonna explore the city.
Explore the city. Las Vegas is more than the Strip. Las Vegas is also downtown, and there's a lot to do on both parts.
Also, on the topic of scheduling, don't overbook yourself, or try not to overbook yourself. Again, with it being WrestleMania week, this is going into my 4th back-to-back WrestleMania week itself. Make sure you're taking time for you. Make sure that you're not overbooking yourself. And if you already have your set schedule, or if you can't make a certain event, that is okay. You want to know why? The event, a similar event, will happen again, or just enjoy the event that you already purchased, because you may be changing your schedule 11 times before the week of WrestleMania, and you could still be changing it when you arrive.
Yeah.
Because we'll get into this probably soon, but WWE World, photo ops can change. They can be earlier, they can be later, they can change the whole day on you.
Yeah, that's true, and that is just a pain in the ass to deal with, because it changes so last minute, and it can be such you paid a big amount of money to get this photo op, and then you have to accommodate that, because that was one of the main focal points of your trip, was meeting Randy Orton or something like that.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm currently about to start dealing with, because Randy just got announced.
That's right.
He just got announced for Thursday. And right now I'm scheduled to come in the evening on Thursday, which would not work. So I may have to come in a little bit earlier.
No. You need Mirah needs a picture of Randy and his childbearing hips.
I really do. I really do. But if I'm able to secure a photo op, I will rearrange my schedule. If I'm not, it is what it is. I will see this man one day. I will be able to tell him this story, of us trying to figure this stuff out, as a server team. So, if I am able to secure it, I'm dealing with that aspect of it. But I'm also, this year, I don't have a lot on my schedule. So I do have the flexibility to, switch some stuff around. So that I am extremely grateful for. But it's just more so, breathe. Make sure you're eating throughout the day.
Yes.
Hydrate.
Absolutely. Just because it's not overbearingly hot doesn't mean you're not going to sweat.
Yeah, make sure you're hydrated. You're going to be standing in line. Look into a collapsible stool. If you have back problems, if you don't want to be standing for that time period, get a collapsible stool. That comes with me at a lot of large events that I'm able to bring it at. So I definitely recommend that as well. But just try to take it easy, man. Just take it easy if you can. Yes, comfortable shoes. Make sure you pack some travel size deodorant if you're on the go, or some wipes or something to freshen up throughout the day. It'll definitely come in handy. Yes. Make sure you have some gum. You're going to be, meeting talent or seeing some, new people. You may just need something to give you a jolt of energy. Gum is something I always recommend to have. But make sure you're eating and drinking water throughout the day, please, because you do not want to be dehydrated or pass out, or just have, any cramping in your shins and stuff like that. So just try to make sure you're eating.
Not only that, you don't want to be that one fan that Drew McIntyre goes on social media and rants about.
Oh yeah, because he will do that.
He will put you on blast if you smell.
Also, if you are in the Discord, in the podcast indies, and what's the channel full name? I know it's 3.
Podcast Indies and Parties.
Yeah, podcast indies and parties. If you go to our pinned messages, there will be a list of events, indies, podcasts, things like that, all there, starting from the Thursday to that Saturday of night 1. So if there are any events that you're like, oh, I didn't even know this was happening, and you want to check it out, you'll be able to look up that event and buy that ticket for it. especially if it is still available. But I definitely recommend join our Discord, y'all. We're going to have a lot of the information there in real time. A lot of our people, like some people are still at work, some people aren't at work. So if we try to make sure everyone's in the know. Just like when we were recording, Randy just got announced. So I wouldn't have known that because I'm focused on recording right now. So like make sure that you do join our server. It's going to let you know when things are going on. And you're going to want to know what's going on. Even post WrestleMania, we're like that as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we try to keep each other informed and keep each other prepared. And we hope that you got something out of this half hour of us talking about stuff, to prepare for, between transportation, logistics, getting around Vegas, personal care, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything else you'd like us to cover, let us know. We will put it in a future podcast episode. We got about 4 weeks until WrestleMania, one of which Mirah will not be here for because she is going to Mexico.
Yes, I'm going on vacation. I'll be back, y'all.
So it's either no episode next week or solo Dorkola.
Yeah, no, but we will be back in better. And we are what, a month away? You said we're like 30 days away or less than that, or
we're
about
just over a month away.
Yeah, I'm so excited. There's adrenaline in my soul. There is adrenaline in my soul. I'm very excited.
Control?
Yes.
Are you doing it to get them all off their feet?
Yes. No.
The crowd is here, about to blow. Okay, I'll stop.
I knew you would do it too. That's why I said I'm like, he's gonna start. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
You know me too well. But anyway, we hope you've gotten something out of this episode, and we hope that you will continue to get more out of our rantings. And we have been Pinfalls